Are you ready? I'm ready.
Dancing in his
Rick
chair.
Williams is back, baby.
Yeah, hey, we're throwing hands on Carmelo Hayes.
Ha.
Come is a bitch.
She said, "You know why everyone boos you? You don't belong here. You think the internet hates you? You should hear what the girls say in the locker room. It's a good thing your dead brother isn't here to see what an embarrassment you've become."
Welcome to Baker's Bakery, everyone.
The
Hey.
bakers are bantering.
We are ready to go.
Great to be here.
Derek and the ladies. Derek and his lady gang. Okay, well, so sorry to
Those are
offend you,
Derek and
Derek.
The Baker Chicks. Who do you have with you here today, Derek?
Well, we got Jack in that corner over there. We got Valerie Jana and also you, Kate.
Yeah, I figured I might need to be reintroduced since it's been so long since I've been on the podcast.
Katie is Baker. No, Katie is Baker. Katie Baker is back because we are celebrating today, Derek. Do you know what we're celebrating?
What's that?
This week is officially 4 years of Baker Banter.
Wow.
Crazy.
We're graduating high school.
Time flies when you're having fun. You know, high school is really more like
Funny.
12, 13 years.
What?
Well, I mean, you got to start at kindergarten to
Well,
get to high school.
I just used to like always kind of think about my lives in 4-year chunks because of high school and then college. And this is like, we're moving on to the next 4 years of Baker Banter.
There you go.
The first 4 are under our belts. We have done it.
Super exciting.
Not only is it 4 years of Baker Banter, not 4 years of Baker's Bantering, but 4 years of Baker Banter. It's also this week on Thursday, 3/21.
Let's not forget it's been 4 years. 4 years without watching wrestling.
Well, it's actually been longer than that for you watching wrestling. But this Thursday, 3/21, is World Down Syndrome Day,
Wow, wow, wow.
Well, that's super exciting for sure.
which is also Baker Banter's 4-year birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Happy 4 years.
Put it
Been
there,
together
bro.
for 4 years.
Congrats.
We've
That's
been
a long
making
time.
content together for 4 years. Can you believe that, Derek?
Well, that is crazy.
You've actually been watching wrestling for more than that, like maybe 6 or 7. 2016?
I'm sure it was-
2016,
yeah,
I
I'm
think.
More like 8.
More like 8.
It's been 4 years, done it 8 days.
4
4
plus
year
4.
time, too.
Yeah. Well, and then if you count all of the wrestling DVDs that he's watched from 2000, 2001, I mean, he's watched.
Yeah, does that mean he's been watching since that time?
He's
Yeah.
been watching the archives for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So today we are going to do a cool little thing where we do some reminiscing. I have logged our top 10 things that have happened to us since we started Baker Banter. Some of them are actual things that we did. Some of them are things that we've learned and we've gotten to experience together. And we are going to do a deep dive into our past 4 years and the top 10 highlights. That's a better word. The top 10 highlights of our 4 years of doing Baker Banter. But before we do that, we have a couple of quick topics that I would like to discuss. Derek, you and Dad had yourselves quite the day on Sunday. Will you tell us about it?
Yeah, I did with you. Dave's farm.
Dave's farm, yeah.
It's been fun. Father's Day is around the corner from here, so I just want to do something special for my
Whoa, whoa,
my
whoa, whoa,
father.
whoa.
Mother's Day
Mother's
comes
Day
first.
comes first.
Wrong.
Okay, well, the calendar says otherwise, but we'll let you have it. Dave is Dad's best friend, and he has a farm,
Yes.
and you went to the farm. What'd you guys do on the farm?
Well, we hang for the bed and we got some breakfast. I did buy my dad's breakfast.
That was
Aw.
nice.
What'd you have for breakfast?
I have a business of gravy.
No way, shocker. I would have never expected.
Dad got eggs and have a business of gravy.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave got bacon and eggs with a waffle.
Did you get recognized at breakfast?
I did. His name is Randy.
Well, shout out to Randy.
Hey, Randy.
Hi, Randy.
I'm jealous of those biscuits and gravy. They looked good.
So, yeah.
Were they better than Dad's, the B&Gs? Or just as good?
He pleads the fifth.
Always
I
a
don't know.
politician.
You don't know.
I don't know.
They were just great.
So what'd you guys do at the farm?
We hang for the bed and shoot some guns to the target.
Did you hit the target?
And my dad told me how to learn to shoot a gun, and it was fun.
Did you learn some gun safety?
Yeah,
Well, that's good. Did you hit the target?
I did actually.
Nice.
It was in prize. So next time I go back to State Farm, I will continue to do that before I get to shotgun. So
All right.
Were you using the BB gun?
it's kind of like that.
I think so.
Anyway, I am glad you're bringing that up. You never believe what I saw at State Farm.
What did you see?
To remember the bobcat upstairs.
Oh, definitely unforgettable.
We're good. You guys remember about the hornet's nest at the cabin, right?
Oh, we sure do.
Yeah, the hornet's nest at the cabin, definitely.
Well, this might shock you. At State Farm, I saw something very strange. It was funny.
What'd you see?
It was funny. I saw a dead coyote
Oh,
with a squirrel hanging from his mouth.
Was it just dead or was it stuffed too?
It was dead. It was
like dead, like on the
Side of the road?
in the
or-
grass in the field.
No, not dead.
It
Was
was,
it-
on the wall.
Was
it was
it
decoration.
It was hanging above the refrigerator.
Dead and stuffed.
Okay.
Oh my God! So
in
that's
the house.
Dave's decoration.
Was it in the bunkhouse?
So
Probably in the garage.
we got the bobcat. We got the bobcat here at this house. We got the hornet's nest at the cabin, and now at Dave's farm,
A dead coyote with a squirrel.
coyote hanging above the refrigerator with a squirrel hanging down his mouth.
These guys are weird, Dad and Dave, aren't
No
they?
wonder they're best friends.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
Bromance.
Bromance.
That's so valid. I'll tell you what, Derek. I think that a coyote with a squirrel hanging out of its mouth is worse than the bobcat and the hornet's nest.
I don't know. The hornet's nest was pretty intimidating
At first.
at first, especially when we had no clue it was supposed to be there.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I got a video. If you want to do your fluency of veteran
Behind the scenes, is that what you said?
fluency
I'll-
to Baker Banter,
I'll edit the video. Is that what you're telling me to do?
Derek find the bobcat, the rant, everything about it. Fast forward to another year about the hornet's nest, and after that, they're gonna show off the coyote.
Did you have a big reaction to the coyote?
My reaction was good.
And
I was like,
and
guys, you never believe what I saw.
did Dad record it?
No, I recorded it.
Oh,
I turn the camera around. I show off the coyote with a squirrel hanging down his mouth.
that is absurd. Did you and Dad and Dave do anything else fun? Dad and Derek and Dave.
So
I don't know if he did anything else fun with Dad or with Dave, but he definitely did something fun with Dad and Bruce.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys go?
maybe we do Hooters actually.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe this fixes the whole take me to Las Vegas strip club.
What did you think about Hooters?
It was something. It was something else.
What'd you get to eat?
I got a barbecue chicken sandwich with onion rings, super good. And I was watching two things at the same time. One is Harry Potter movie, and the other was the Cardinals game.
Oh, the Harry Potter movie was on at the Hooters restaurant.
Yeah,
It was on. It's been on NBC on Sundays. I
love
was
that.
watching Harry Potter too. Prisoner of Azkaban's next Sunday.
Good to know. Well, I'm glad was that your first time at Hooters?
first time.
He also got recognized at Hooters.
You did? By who?
Somebody who worked there. What was his name?
Justin.
Justin. He came out. Dad said he sat with him for about 20, 30 minutes, chatted.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Justin and I talked, and I can never believe where he just came out. The shirt was funny because do you guys remember TNA?
Yeah.
When I talk about TNA,
TNA wrestling.
Yeah.
Justin was wearing a TNA
Shirt.
T-shirt.
Yeah, you said
Well,
it.
it's not surprising he knew who you were then.
TNA Wrestling.
Yeah, TNA wrestling.
There's all kinds
Good
of TNA
clarification.
going on there at Hooters, I'm sure.
I was just making sure we were talking about TNA Wrestling still. I wasn't really sure.
Yeah.
And I did overheard you got TNA DVDs.
Oh, sounds
Mm.
like you and Justin were two peas in a pod.
Sounds like it do.
Did you tell
Yeah.
him to listen to the podcast because you were going to give him a shout out?
I did tell him that.
Okay.
So,
Well, shout out to Justin.
hi, Justin.
Hey, Justin.
Well, I'm glad you
Oh,
and
hey.
Dad had a great little boys' day.
Great
on,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Katie and Mom and I had a girls' day.
We did.
I have some wedding planning updates. Can I tell you about them? Well, Mom and Katie and I went shopping on Sunday, and I got a dress for my rehearsal dinner that I'm very excited about.
It's very pretty.
Where did I saw you in that dress? You were beautiful.
Oh,
yeah,
thank
she
you.
did a fashion
Aw,
show.
It was beautiful, yes.
I'm very excited. And we have our engagement photos scheduled.
Love that.
And what am I missing? Oh, we have a DJ. We
Have a date. We have a photographer.
have a DJ, a photographer, a date,
And the makeup gal.
and makeup. So we are rocking and rolling. We have engagement photos coming up soon, so that will be so exciting.
All fun.
So we have a couple of quick announcements that I have to make. Next Tuesday, which by the time this comes out will be tomorrow, we will be at social media night at the Blues game.
Woo, 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 woo.
Let's go Blues.
I did saw your video during work today. That
Why were you on your phone at work? You sound like my students.
this is not the time, Catherine.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Woo!
That's the same attitude I get from my students when I tell them to put their phones away.
But they say Miss Baker.
This is not the time, Miss Baker.
I was on my phone during work. I saw the video you got posted about the freaking Blues. I was so excited. The video starts with me when we said, "Are you ready?" And you said, "Are you ready?" That was so cool.
Did I do good? You like that video?
Jenna's a video editing pro.
I did. That was great.
Well, I'm glad you liked it because it took me a long time to edit that video. Yes, we are going to the Blues game next Tuesday. I'm very excited. It is Tuesday, March 19th. So if you are listening to this on Monday or Tuesday, you do still have time to get tickets. There is a link in our bio. Use code bakerbanter for some discounted tickets. We will be there. There will be other social media influencers there. We're going to be hanging out with our boy Louie. We will hopefully bring home a Blues win. And by the time this podcast comes out, we will have a winner who has received a pair of tickets from us, which is really
Yay.
exciting. It's
Our first giveaway.
We've never done something like this.
Well,
I'm so excited. So I have one more announcement to make. Next week, I am so excited about this, you guys. I am so excited. I cannot wait. Next week, we will have our girl, Maxine Dupree, on Baker's Bantering. I cannot wait to talk to her. I am manifesting this for myself. I would like to be friends with Maxine, like for real, like not just like
I think that's doable.
like I've been doing a lot of
Same here.
research about her, been watching a lot of videos on her, and
That's not even true.
I would like to be her friends, real life friends.
We've
That's
always
not even true. You don't know what Maxine does. I watched very long time before you did.
I wasn't trying to compare myself to you,
Derek, there's more to people than wrestling.
I was saying I have done my research. I have done thorough research.
It is no way you got info on Maxine. Like that's just crazy talk. Don't listen to that.
He is discrediting my
she didn't
abilities.
say that she wants to be better friends with Maxine than you. She just said she wants to be friends with Maxine.
I'm just saying.
Well,
I think
being friends with Maxine is fine, but
you're the wrestling
you
expert.
don't know about Maxine, okay?
okay, if you say so. All I'm saying is I like her energy. I like the vibes she gives off, and I would like to be her friend.
Beautiful.
And we are going to talk to her next week on the podcast. So now it is time to move on. We are going to cover our top 10 Baker Banter highlights from the past 4 years. Are you ready? Give me a drum roll, Derek.
Hang on. Before you start.
Oh my goodness.
Before you start.
Oh my goodness. Tell me.
I got one question for all of you.
Yes.
For this top 10. What was Jenna's going to say? Are you ready?
Are you ready for it?
Let's get it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I did not hear Katie.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I hear you. I said, are you ready? I'm ready.
Are you
Nice.
ready for it? Bum, bum, bum.
Well,
Number 1.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready. So, Jenna Nicole Baker, what is the Baker's top 10? Roll it.
Okay, number 1 has got to be all of the friends that we have made through social media. I got to give a shout out to our boy, Jacob. He was the first friend that we really, really made. And that might not be true. Did we meet Dylan first?
I
It
don't
might have
think
been Dylan first.
We might
I
have-
think
Now I'm second guessing myself.
I think it was Dylan.
I think it was
first.
Dylan like a week before Jacob.
Yeah.
it was Jacob first.
It might have been Dylan first.
Jacob is
No, no,
certainly
no,
our
no,
first
no.
wrestling
Let me-
friend.
Finish, please.
That's true.
Number 1 is Jacob. After that is Dylan. And then Sarah and Emily and
Yeah.
Sydney. After that, we got Haley and Kendra. What's up, girls? And the Valentine Brothers.
Yep, we got Zach and Pat. We've made friends that are people on social media, people that we have just met through social media. We have, of course, WWE Jared, Philly Jared, James Draws. James Draws called me yesterday.
Hi, James Straws.
He's so cute. You know what he said?
He called me too.
So they're threatening this TikTok ban again, right? And James calls me, and I didn't answer, but I called him back when I was on a walk, and he said, Jenna, I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about the TikTok ban and that you guys tried to TikTok actually sent out a notification and you were able to type in your zip code and then it gave you the direct line to your congressperson. So I actually did call this morning. I spoke with assistant of Congresswoman Cori Bush, and I just, in 3 minutes, I told them, we are content creators. My little brother has Down syndrome.
Big blur.
Okay. We are.
My little sister's big brother has Down syndrome.
Yeah. We are.
Way better.
He said he has Down syndrome, and we have created this platform for ourselves where we've been able to share our story and give people an inside look at what life with somebody who has Down syndrome really looks like. And without a platform like TikTok, I don't know that we would be able to do what we continue to do. And it's very important to us. And we've been able to share some really positive messages and make a difference in the world. And I hope we get to continue to do that. And I like literally less than 3 minutes that I had to
Tell the story.
tell the story. But That's what I said, and we'll see if it makes a difference. But it was funny because James called me. He wanted to tell me this, and he said, yeah, I called Derek, and I told him, but he didn't care. And I was like, yeah, James, well, he just doesn't really pay attention to that kind of stuff. That's kind of my job.
I ignore it.
And then
James called me about that TikTok ban. I straight up tell him. I just told him I ignore it altogether. I understand the TikTok is getting banned, but the TikTok ban is done.
Derek's like, it's not real to me.
Yeah.
It's not real. Jenna will take care of it.
Jenna will take on Congress.
Yep, I'm coming for you, Congress. I did call the Congress lady, though. And James said, yeah, I know. He should care, though. And I said, I know, James. He should care. You're right. But I'll take care of it. And he's like, okay, you take care of it. And so, yeah, that's what James wanted to tell me. But he's so sweet.
That's not good. I tell James that.
I know.
Yeah.
You said, call my sister. That's not my problem. So he did. He called me. But I just think it's really cool how many friends that we have made. I think that we have created some really special relationships. And regardless of what happens to TikTok, we will always have these special relationships that we have created through social media that we wouldn't have without it. We would not have friends with Down syndrome from across the country, literally New York to Southern California to Oklahoma, all over the country, Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have that without Baker Banter and this platform that we've created. And I think that's really, really cool. So moving on to number two. Number two, and arguably the most important, is the impact on the Down syndrome and disability community and the feedback from that impact that we have received. I wondered, I wanted to see if you remember this, but if you don't, I'll recap it. But do you remember the comment we got from somebody overseas back like 2020, early comment? Do you remember what it said?
Yeah.
I
Say it.
remember.
Well, we decided not to talk about it at the time, that it might be controversial. Are we talking about the same thing?
I think we're talking about the same thing.
It was a young woman who said, I believe she was from South Africa, and she said that if she had ever gotten pregnant and had the prenatal diagnosis or pre-birth diagnosis, I don't know what that
Genetics
would be called.
testing,
If
whatever.
she had genetics testing done and found out that the baby she was carrying had Down syndrome, she would have aborted it.
Until
coming across Baker Banter and meeting Derek
on the internet.
and realizing just how amazing it is, and how she actually said she was ashamed that she'd ever thought that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think you need to be ashamed, but nonetheless, I mean, what an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one?
That's the exact one.
totally
I knew you'd
agree.
remember.
Oh yeah.
Mine,
I will never forget that. I mean, some of the comments we've gotten, like, I mean, there's some ugly ones I can't forget either, but those kinds of comments are like, they've rocked me to my core.
Yeah, or even like all of the moms that have reached out just saying like how we give them so much hope, and like they've thought that their diagnosis of their child might be something that's like limiting on their child, but they've seen with Derek how big their life could get, and that's just so important to show just all the possibilities that are out there.
Yeah, and that didn't exist 20 years ago. That
No.
kind of reach for families like ours was not possible until
that is
social
very
media.
true.
In addition to all the comments we've gotten, the other thing is also the people that we've met. Like
Oh yeah.
the mom we met recently, Monday Night Raw.
She blew me away. Blew me away. I mean, it's just, I'm getting chills even thinking about it. I mean, because 27 years ago almost, when Derek was born, there wasn't an internet that I could go to see adults with Down syndrome. I remember going to a conference and seeing a young man with Down syndrome playing the piano so incredibly beautifully. Derek was probably less than 5 years old, and it gave me so much hope. But that was a one time in a year that I had that opportunity to see something like that. Whereas new parents now, I mean, they can come to see every day all the amazing things that Derek can do, and others, not just Derek, but James Draws and all those others, Emily and Zachary and all the other creators out there with disabilities. And then there's other disabilities too, right?
Yeah,
But
got somebody.
Who did I forget?
Emily.
Oh,
I
she said
said
Emily.
Emily.
She said Emily.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, super exciting. That's why we do what we do, and that's why we ignore the not so nice comments.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
God mom
I
got
am
better at
glad
that.
you
She's still working on
mentioned
it.
all those people. The person I didn't really want to talk about, part of this community, is Mr. Cody Lee. I mean, his voice is so beautiful on
Yep.
ACT.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, somebody like Cody Lee 30, 40 years ago wouldn't have had a platform like AGT. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Cody's doing those things on TV, and we're doing the same kind of thing in social media. It's super cool.
Yeah. So number 3, this is arguably the coolest single week, not like ongoing thing that we have ever gotten to do. Do you know what I'm going to say?
What?
I think Katie knows. She looks like she knows. How about the Today Show?
Oh, yeah. That was wild.
Katie
yeah.
wasn't really involved in that.
You looked like you were going to say Today Show. That's why I thought you were going to say it. But
That was super cool.
Today's show
you might
was-
not know this,
was
Jack.
was
We
incredible, actually.
Derek, before he worked at the Humane Society, Derek was in a work program. With his work program, he would go to class once a week and he would work in a bakery once a week. And the bakery is called Pioneer Bakery. It's over in Kirkwood. And they have all these different people with WWE. My goodness, I can't even get it out of my head, Derek. They have all these different people with disabilities that come in and do shifts at their bakery that learn the job skills in the classroom setting, and then they come and they implement those job skills at the bakery. And Derek was actually in the inaugural class of this program. What's the
It's called
program
Step
called?
Up
Yeah.
through Lafayette Industries, which amazing organization, and what a cool program they've built.
Yeah. So it was like 3 years ago. It was 2021. So it was right about 3 years ago.
Yeah,
early
March of 2021. So it was exactly 3 years ago,
Yeah.
right? And I think it was about December or January you got the message.
I think it was January that I got an email, and it was a producer from the Today Show.
Her name was Sydney.
Yeah, and that's impressive. You remember that. I was not going to come up with that. They were talking about doing this culinary week,
Restaurant
week, where they were highlighting restaurants around the country. And she knew that Derek had Down syndrome and also worked at a bakery because she followed us on TikTok. And they wanted to, well, actually, I had to pitch the story almost. Like, she called me, we talked for like 30 minutes one day, and she basically said, like, I'll get back to you if we choose you. So it seemed like, maybe they did 5 restaurants, but they probably talked to 10 or 15, 20. I have no idea. But I had this conversation with her. I told her everything I knew about the program, everything about Derek's experience. And then they ended up choosing our story. And Mom and Derek and I had an interview upstairs. It was just a Zoom interview. It was still kind of COVID times at that point. But we had an interview. They followed Derek at work one day. A camera person came and followed Derek at work. They did a whole story about Pioneer Bakery and the program that they were doing, and this inaugural class of individuals with disabilities who were getting this opportunity to work at the bakery. And then, did I tell you beforehand about?
I knew.
You knew.
Derek didn't. I think you and I and Dad were the only 3 who were there that knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. So.
No.
I knew.
Well,
Okay,
but you weren't there.
I was in Springfield.
So I didn't tell anybody at the bakery, but they had actually informed me that they were going to be donating $10,000 to the bakery during this story.
Thanks to Bounty.
Thanks to Bounty. Yeah. So we, Derek and the owner of the bakery were live on the Today Show after the story. So they aired this whole segment about it. And then Derek and the owner, Scott, were live. And during that live segment, it was on the Jenna and Hoda show. And they told Derek and Scott that Bounty was donating $10,000 to the bakery. And they are still doing that program. And Derek worked there for 2 years. And then he moved on to the Humane Society after his duration of the program was over. But that was
What a cool experience.
unreal.
I have it.
Oh yeah,
It's still taped on my TV, so you
3
can watch
years
it
later.
someday.
yeah.
Oh,
well,
heck yeah.
It also lives on social media. So
Well,
we can,
yeah,
we
but
can
it's on my
always-
TV.
Yeah. So it was very, very cool. But that was
That was super cool.
that
Yeah.
was just unbelievable. And every time each year when I get that notification about, this happened 3 years ago, I like you walking into the bakery that morning and there was the sign up that said like not open yet. We're on the Today Show.
Yeah.
Because they had closed down the bakery for the live segment. And it was just so cool. And Derek's face when they said the $10,000 was
Yeah.
just.
And you were so handsome.
What did you think about? Do you remember how you felt when you heard that announcement?
I feel blessed for sure.
Yeah. It was super
definitely.
exciting.
And it's really cool that we got to help out the bakery like that, especially with all the work they were doing for you and your peers.
Me too.
I actually found these videos. I was collecting these videos for the Blues TikTok I did yesterday, and I found this folder that said Mimi and Derek at work, and it was your mom. And she had recorded some videos of Derek at work, and the very first video was the floor the whole time. And at the very end of the video,
Nice
you
supper.
hear her asking somebody else. It's not Derek. She's asking. She's like, do you know how to turn this thing off? He just told me to press this middle button. And then it ends.
Oh
you
my
didn't
gosh.
use that.
It was so funny.
How long
But
was the video?
like 33 seconds
Oh
or
my
something.
gosh.
It was hilarious. I didn't watch all of them. There's a whole folder. I found it on my old hard drive. But okay, number 4. Big deal. This is a 2-parter. It's traveling to wrestling events and making friends with so many of the WWE superstars. Dom and Ray, Maxine and the Alpha Academy, Otis and Chad, Drew McIntyre, Liv Morgan, some behind the scenes
Cody
people,
Rhodes.
Maddie, MJ, Jared, Cody Rhodes. We have had such
Bianca
Bailey.
Belair.
Bianca, The Miz. We have
Bailey.
had such an incredible time getting to travel to these big WWE PLE events. You are truly treated like a superstar when you get there by all of the wrestling community. And it has been so much fun to do together as a family. What do you guys think?
Amazing.
I just think it's really cool to see Derek interact with these like heroes, and it's so funny because like in some cases people will like freeze up when they're around someone that they truly admire, and I think sometimes Derek does
Only for the girls.
Derek does kind of like clam up a little bit towards the girls, but even then he's still so cool. But with the guys, he's just automatically bros, and he just like completely like
That's my dude.
has all this confidence, and it's really beautiful because I mean I've never entered a room full of so many important people and felt that confident, but he just exudes confidence, and it's really cool
He acts like he belongs.
because he does.
Got that right for sure.
What do you think about all your opportunities?
I think it's freaking awesome. Do just that. Traveling around the world with wrestling.
Well, around the United States,
Around the country.
around the world.
Okay.
Oh, we're working on the world.
We're manifesting.
We're
over
working on
here.
the world. We've been around the U.S. because we've been to Boston, we've been to L.A., so we've been on both coasts.
And we've been to Florida. We've been
Florida, Texas, yeah.
Yeah.
Detroit is up in the north.
Yep.
We're missing the Northwest, but we'll get there.
But we can manifest the world. You never know.
I am down to manifest Saudi Arabia, Derek.
Well, that's good.
I'd love to go across the pond.
I'm not
for
gonna lie. All the
wrestling.
wrestlers posting all their excursions
In
in
Australia.
Australia.
Oh, I wish we were
swiped
there.
up on Dom's story. He posted one that he was really close to a kangaroo. I said that looks a little too close for comfort, and he said it was too close for comfort. And they were with the koalas. I was like, that'd be a nice one to get to go to.
Yeah, that'd
Maybe
be
next
super cool.
time.
I'm down to manifest that. But it is really, really cool. And if you would have told me when we started this on March 21st of 2020, mind you, I will say this. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before. I've definitely said it out loud before. But the day we started Baker Banter, I walked into Tanner's house and I said, today is the first day of the rest of my life.
Wow.
And I was being dramatic, but at the same time, I wasn't. I was like, this is it. Like, this is something special. We're gonna do something cool with this. And
Let's
at that point we were an hour late because I had told Chris I cannot leave until I get these videos posted and launched. It was the day we launched Baker Banter, and I said this is the first day of the rest of my life. And if you would have told me on that day that at some point Derek was going to be legitimate friends with the wrestlers, I would have been like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Never say never say never. And never, you know, you got to have persistence. I mean, you know, and I don't want to focus on the negative, but people are like, why does he get to do everything? Whatever. Because we're out there asking, right? You can't just sit back on your couch and expect something cool to happen.
And we are consistent on social media. Like
Right.
a lot of people try to become a content creator, but they don't keep going.
Right.
And you got to keep posting, like posting every day, day after day after day after day, posting.
I do think the timing really worked out.
Oh,
for
the
us
timing
helped
a lot.
because
What were
Um,
you were gonna
yeah.
ask a question?
it was quick.
It was quick, but we started Baker Banter, and a week later I lost my job. So at that point, it was like, okay, well now I really got a lot of time on my hands, and it's just it's all I did and it was in the middle of the pandemic. You couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't do anything, but you could post videos.
And as we got on TikTok, is as people were flocking to the app. I mean,
We had a
6
million
months
followers
before-
in 3 months.
yeah,
Yeah,
6 months before we were on TikTok, no one really cared about TikTok. 6 months after we were on TikTok, it's all anyone could talk about.
yeah.
It was like, I mean, it doesn't hurt to be lucky, right? But you also got to put in the effort, right? And you got to make the ask. You know, in anything that you do, you can't sit back and just wait for opportunity to come for you. You got to go look for it.
Yeah,
It's so funny that she says never say never, because when you put that first WrestleMania
I know.
on
I
her
was like-
calendar, she booked a trip during it.
I did.
she did.
I did, and I learned.
She scoffed and said, I'm going to go to Canada.
I put WrestleMania 2022 on Mom's calendar 6 months before.
and I
and
booked a trip to Canada.
We had no plans to be there, but I said, Derek wants to go to this, and I'm going to figure out how. I don't know how I'm going to figure out, but I'm going to try. And we went to WrestleMania, and Mom said, oh, shit, I have a trip planned. And I'm like, well, why'd you do that? I put it on your calendar. But, yeah, you're a lucky boy. But, we work hard together, don't we?
Let's not forget backstage. in
Backstage,
WWE.
so
on
many
SmackDown.
friends. You have been so embraced by the wrestling world, and it is absolutely amazing.
You guys do work really hard. I think that people would be surprised to consider how much behind the scenes goes into it, and just you and
Derek
Derek.
would be surprised how much
Well,
behind the scenes goes into
But
it.
even, Derek
Derek
does a good job
No,
too.
Derek does a great job. I'm talking about the logistics side of things.
Yeah, well,
planning.
the editing, the planning, the everything. Girl, more power to you.
I did.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Okay, number 5. Starting a podcast. Woo, woo,
Well,
woo!
that is super cool.
You have always wanted to just talk about wrestling,
Nice place to consolidate our stage 5 yapping.
and here we do it.
Well,
And
here
Derek,
we are.
I think you've done a really nice job being a co-host of a podcast, and I think we've grown a lot since July. I think
100%.
we're doing way better now than we did, when we very first started, and we've had some trauma that we've shared. I mean, I think we've been pretty open and honest with people about stuff that's going on in our world. But
Jeez,
we hit the ground running with that one.
oh yeah, first one. Let's talk about Mimi Baker dies. So yeah, I mean it's been fun. I actually had dinner with friends over the weekend, and somebody that I've been friends with since you were in kindergarten, and she said something about the podcast, and she listens, and it
Oh, really? Who's that?
Jill.
She listens? That's
Yeah,
so
'cause she
nice.
said
Oh, I had
something-
dinner with Maggie and Jess on Friday, and we were talking all about the podcast. They were talking about how awesome Mom is, and whenever she talks about they listen to the Down syndrome podcast, and they were like, "Your mom just talks so eloquently, and she's so inspirational." And
But I had no idea that Jill listens, and it just made me so proud of you and what you guys are doing, and it was
You
just
do
super
too.
cool.
You do it every week.
I'm here a lot.
And not to be negative or anything, but honestly, when we were starting, I did have some doubts on just how he was gonna do with it. And I think that he's really done a great job and he's grown a lot. And yes, we still have to redirect sometimes and we have to, have conversations and work through things. But for the most part, I mean, you guys have done a phenomenal job with this and a lot of people are really enjoying it.
Well, I think it's cool that you get to talk about what you love. And I think it's cool that you're somebody who has Down syndrome who talks on a podcast.
I do too.
There are not a lot of podcasts out there where one of the main characters, if you will, main hosts,
I'm sorry, he is the main character.
Okay, well,
You might run the show, but he is the show.
he is the main character. I
Thank you.
do plan the podcast, but I plan it for you to talk about what you want to talk about most of the time. But it is so cool, and I am just so proud of you. I think that to sit down here and have conversations every week and be vulnerable, you've shared a lot of things. You've shared about your experience with your CPAP, and you've helped a lot of people in that way. And we get to entertain people talking about what you love to talk about, which is the wrestling, which we're going to get to here pretty soon. So, did you have something to say, or can I go to number 6?
Well, a highlight in mind for Baker
For the podcast?
I think we have that strengths and then sometimes things bad happen. Like my mom just said, Mimi Baker passed away, and that sucks for us. After that, also her mom, Mimi Warren, passed away, and that sucks. And let's not forget about Bailey and damage control thing too.
Those are all on same
Same
par.
playing field.
Oh,
Dead
yeah.
grandmas, damage control breaking up. Yep, same equivalence.
You know what I'm happy about? That we had Mimi on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's a really special conversation that we will get to have forever. And I know you're upset about what happened with Bailey. We'll get to that in the weekly wrestling wrap up. So, number 6, this one for me is really special because Mom and Dad grew up taking us to so many sporting events. Like, sports has been something that has been entwined in our family forever and ever.
And St.
And
Louis sports specifically, too.
Absolutely, St. Louis sports specifically. And we have built some really cool relationships with some sporting teams that mean a lot to us. Of course, there's the Cardinals and the Blues, our hometown heroes. But the fact that we've built a relationship with the Cubs.
It's amazing.
And the fact that we've built a relationship with the MLB and the PGA. Like, Papa Warren
PBR.
was PBR. Thank you.
PBR.
Papa Warren, you just know he was looking down on us so freaking excited
I'm
when
so
we
upset I missed that.
attended the PGA event. The fact that you took us to so many games growing up, and we every night, I've even talked about this with my therapist. Like, when the Cardinals were playing, the game was on.
Oh, the game
when
is
we were
on.
growing up. Like, that's the only thing that was on TV. And now that we have gotten to the point where we, as your children, have created something that allows us to bring you to these kinds of opportunities, like opening day and the MLB playoffs and the Blues games and touring Enterprise Center and being friends with, I have Fredbird and Louie's cell phone number on my phone.
Awesome.
And if you would have told me that in 5th grade, I'd be like, what? That's
Yeah.
so cool. So I just think that's really special.
Yeah, and it's been, and then just the time that we spend together, right? Because we're there, the 5 of us. Maybe there's some extras, but and then we've also, like, we got to go to the Detroit Park last year while we were in Detroit for SummerSlam. So it's been amazing, and I'm so grateful and so thankful for those sorts of opportunities that have come our way.
And let's not forget something very cool happened. Like Eagle Sky become.
No, you know what
Miss
was
Money in
very
the
cool
Bank.
was when you told the entire Busch Stadium to acknowledge you on opening day.
That was hilarious.
That was funny.
And so not
Touched it
surprising.
at SummerSlam, and yes, you are
St. Louis.
you were right about that.
Okay, so it's time.
During the Cardinals game, I just said San Luis. Acknowledge me. That is the best time ever.
That was
do
fun.
That, so
All right, can I move on to number 7?
Yep.
well, here's your number 7. Okay, you ready? Baker's victory. Acknowledge me.
We do. We do.
Number 7 is AEW, Colt Cabana, and all of the friends that we have made there. AEW has been so generous.
So kind.
Backstage 4 times, really. 1 was very, very brief. But 3, you got to go make so many friends.
It is amazing for sure.
Yeah. And Colt Cabana, I mean, he was really our first star
Wrestling
friend. I mean,
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
a star, right? I mean,
Mhm.
we made friends online, but he was the first guy that was a star that reached out to us.
And he made that video.
Yeah.
It was 2020. We had only been on social media for like 3 or 4 months, and he made a video backstage at AEW of all these different AEW superstars saying hi to Derek.
Yeah.
He's been so kind.
Such a nice man and so good to us. And that first time we went backstage, I mean, your dad and I were just, first of all, Jenna was out of town. And so she's like, you're going to have to do this alone. We're like, "Ah!" Like,
You guys did a great job.
You
Well,
crushed it. That video with Mark Henry is still one of my favorite videos to this day.
Oh my gosh. So
well, that's
funny.
your brother's unbelievable timing
Charisma.
and wit. I mean, you're so quick on your feet with
Derek-
those sorts of things.
Derek's getting off the elevator, and there's Mark Henry. Mark Henry is a big man.
He was once, do you know who that is? Yeah, you
Yeah.
know. He knows.
Derek's got a Diet Coke in his hand, and Mark Henry looks at him, and he's like, hey, why don't you bring me a Coke? And Derek's like, oh, yeah, go upstairs, buddy. There's plenty more for you up there. You can't have this one. It was like a 15-second video, but it was hilarious. And then the next time we went back, we made sure to get an extra Diet Coke, and we brought Mark Henry a Diet Coke.
Yeah. And then we also got to meet Amanda, and she's been a great friend.
Yep.
So, yeah, AEW. And then this past time with the Scissor Gang. I mean,
Oh
come
my
on.
gosh.
Oh my
so
gosh.
much fun.
Never a dull moment. That was so hilarious.
Yeah. And, Eddie Kingston and Daddy Ass have always been so nice to you.
Ricky
and
Starks
Ricky
and-
Starks and
yeah.
Ruby Soho.
Thunder
Yeah.
Rosa.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
They're
Julia
just-
Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nice.
You've been so blessed. They have-
Everyone's been so nice.
and it's really cool how every time we go
I
back,
still-
they
still-
all remember you.
Remember him? They're always so welcoming. They're like,
Oh, my guy's
Yay.
back. Hey.
we saw you last time.
What's up, buddy? Ethan Page. Yeah. Okay, so number 8, we have to give a shout out to, I couldn't pick between these two, so I had to put both of them. Our 2 most viral moments, the Bobcat and
the pregnancy scare.
Now, Jack, you may not be aware of this, but the pregnancy scare was Derek's, not Jenna or Katie. Yeah.
Derek
no.
was the first Baker child to ever take a pregnancy test.
Yeah. What do you got over there, buddy?
The wheels are turning.
He's like, I got nothing.
It was a saga, that's for sure.
They both were.
They both were. And I didn't even post all the Bobcat video. I got another 15 minutes worth of content that never got posted. Oh my goodness. The Bobcat. Brock Lesnar still has not come to the house to take that down for you. I don't think he's coming.
Well, it's gonna be Braun Breaker versus Eric Baker for the custody of the Bobcat, or
For the custody of the Bobcat.
Or Derek's baby, whichever one comes first.
Oh my god.
or
no way.
Braun Strowman. I mean,
Ooh.
Braun Strowman will definitely get those hands on my dad.
Oh
Okay,
my
well, let's
goodness.
not wish that upon your dad. But,
Yeah, poor guy.
But if
He's
he
too old
comes
for
and
that.
knocks on the door and wants the Bobcat, we'll give it up.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
down
think
for
that's going to
that.
be a fight. I think that's going to be a surrender.
Yeah, that's so
Dad will
valid.
wave the white flag.
All right, number 9. Special Olympics and WWE community events.
Amazing.
So fun. Titus O'Neil.
Ugh, he's the best.
Shout out to our boy Chris.
We met so
Yes.
many wonderful people through the Special Olympics WWE community events.
Chris
so much
is the
fun.
best. He's awesome.
Chris is the best, and he's a St. Louis guy.
Gotta love it.
What do you think about the community events? You know what? Do you remember there was a kid who was so good? So at the community events, each time it's a different activity. So sometimes we've done weightlifting, sometimes we've done
Flag
basketball.
football.
So one of the times, the
Let's
time we did
never
basketball.
forget-
Wait, this is important.
I get it is important. And the other thing that I'm going to mention also important.
Okay, fine. You go first. I'll remember.
Thank you. During one of those community events, we did celebrate Mama's birthday. I grabbed that mic from that guy
Yeah, you did.
and let
Oh
the
my
whole
God.
people sing
That was
you
here in
happy
St. Louis.
birthday
That is true.
during the Royal Rumble event.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, the
that was
first
in
one I
St. Louis.
forgot.
Yep, he grabbed the mic and had everybody in the room sing happy birthday to me. Chad
Yeah.
and Otis were in there.
Just like the happy birthday on the airplane.
Yep.
Yeah, well, okay, so there in Nashville, you coached a basketball team with Drew McIntyre.
That's the first time we meeting Drew.
And there was one kid on the team who was really good. Really good. And I think he's in Champions.
Really?
I think that he is on the opposing team on a couple of the basketball scenes.
Oh, we need to figure that out.
in Champions. Like, I am almost positive it's the same kid because I have the content. I could go back and find it and figure it out.
yeah.
But Chris and I just watched that again recently, and I'm like, that is that kid who was on Derek's team in Nashville.
That's
It's
so cool.
gotta be him.
And what about almost hitting that free throw? That
Oh.
was, oh my God, that was
Oh.
amazing, Derek.
Yeah,
that
'cause
was
Drew
such a-
bailed. What
Yeah.
the heck?
and
Yes.
it was just, I mean, he had no warm up. It was such a great shot.
So at the basketball event, Derek was a coach, and each team was supposed to have two WWE superstars as a coach. Derek was teamed up with Drew McIntyre. Well, Drew McIntyre had to leave because he had another obligation. So by the time the game ended, Derek was the only coach left, and the game was tied. And in order to do the tiebreaker was supposed to be one of the coaches shooting a free throw. And Derek has to go up against Titus O'Neil. And Katie legitimately cheered because she thought it went in. And it just bounced out at the very last second. And then Titus goes up there, and Derek, of course, tries to, psych him out a little
What
bit.
did he bark at
He
him?
barked at him. And then Titus just swishes it,
Drained
no
one.
problem.
He did.
And then next thing you know, he comes over to Derek after he swishes it, barking in Derek's face and giving him a "you can't see me." And oh my gosh, those
So
events
fun.
have
And that
been
was the
so
beginning of their
fun.
beef.
That's so valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They Special Olympics though has been so kind, and their relationship with the WWE is very cool. and
Yeah,
I'm glad
and-
we've been a part of many
Let's
of those
not
events.
forget many Alexa Bliss.
Oh, I know, Alexa Bliss. What about Dana?
Oh, Dana Brooke.
Ah.
What a great
Dana Brooke
human.
is right after Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not even just like all
And
the
Maxine.
superstars and like everything like that,
That's way-
but
way
also
before
just
that.
getting to like witness all of the other athletes that are getting to have these
Yeah.
amazing experiences. And like when we did the Special Olympics, like Boys and Girls Club activity, and it was kind of like a mixed bag there. And
Yeah.
it was just really cool to get to see all of these other people just having like these awesome days, and we're a part of it.
Yeah. Okay, number 10. I don't know that it's really like a bang, like I said, but I do think it's like what's most special to us is that we have gotten so close as a family because of creating content together and sharing our lives together. We have gotten so close as a family, and not only that, but we have really rallied around Derek and his passion for wrestling.
We have definitely rallied
And
around Derek.
I never intended to be such a big wrestling fan.
Nor
but
did I.
My God, do I love it, Derek. I really do. I'm in. You've got me hooked. I am in. I love it. And I just love that this creation that we have done, this platform that we have made, allows us to grow so close. A lot of my peers don't see their families like I see my family. And for us to get to be so close, because as we've gotten older, a lot of families generally don't see each other as often when they get older. And we have spent more time together. And I think it's really cool.
Well, that is so cool. Now,
No, not your breaking news yet.
Yes!
Mom and Katie get to comment if they want to comment.
You know, I just have to say I feel incredibly blessed and fortunate because yeah, I mean, you are all adults, right? I mean, and no, it's not typical that you get to see your 30-year-old daughter 3 and 4 and 5 times a week when because she doesn't live at home anymore, you know? So I feel incredibly blessed with all of the extra time that we've, you know, got to spend together and the trips that we've gotten to take because of Baker Banter, or even just this summer we're taking a family vacation that mom and dad are paying for, but Jenna gets to come because she doesn't have a full-time job outside of Baker Banter. This is her full-time job, and of course Katie's going to be on summer break. And
Yeah, I'm like, I'm coming, but I'm making content.
yeah, so I have felt
I
that
know
that's
you are.
All gas,
yeah.
no brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been pretty amazing, and I'm very grateful for this time.
I
Well,
think too.
Well, that is beautiful.
I think too, like, as someone who like kind of started with getting Baker Banter off the ground, like Jenna and I specifically like spent a lot of time together, and I'm just really thankful for our relationship that's blossomed because she truly is my best friend.
Agreed.
And
I'm obsessed with her.
like during
Sounds like
during
you and
summer
I.
of 21 and summer of 22, and you know, I mean, I was away at school for a lot of the time, but when I was home, I was constantly with Jenna, and we were working together on Baker Banter, and it's been a really big blessing to be able to be a part of that and just to get to spend so much time with her, and of course you guys as well. But I've just really especially seen my relationship blossom with Jenna. I'm also thankful that Derek and I have begun to get along a little bit better. I think the beginning of Baker Banter was a little bit of a strain on our relationship,
A little bit of challenging, Kate.
a challenge.
Derek's like, yep.
But I think, I mean, and it is better now, especially since I'm not the one necessarily driving the content, because at first with quarantine and stuff, it really was kind of a me and Derek with Jenna behind the scenes type thing. But especially now that I'm not driving the content as much, and we've both matured emotionally and just in general, I think that Derek and I's relationship has become pretty awesome as well.
Well, that is very, very beautiful from W.
Even though he's constantly
you.
dogging me on this damn podcast, even when I'm not here.
That's true. He does
Nice
slander you
rat.
sometimes.
Welcome to Wrigley Wrestling Wrap Up.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was defeated.
That was so sad.
That was just pathetic. All right. Well, I know you're not happy, and we'll get to that at the end. But for now, let's start with AEW Dynamite. Tell me about Swerve Strickland.
Swerve Strickland team up with AEW World Champion Samoa Joe,
Wow.
and they got a win over the Kingdom. I was so freaking happy.
I love that.
Did you do Swerve's move with him?
Well, last week I was tasting for sure.
You were dancing.
I was tasting.
Well, I'm happy you were excited about that. Oh, gosh, this name. Every time you give me it in my notes, it just pains me. Kazuchika Okada? How'd I do?
You did great.
Tell me about it.
He is all elite superstar. That man came to AEW. I thought Triple H or WWE could take him, but no. Tony Khan and AEW got Okada.
Tony-
Nice.
Tony Khan got it done.
That's incredible. Last week we did talk about Will Ospreay.
Speaking of Will Ospreay, what'd he do this week?
That was cool. Which is well, to talk about Will Ospreay sooner. But Okada, oh my God. I was so happy for that. So congratulations from my guy, Akishi Shin Okada. I did say his name correctly.
And Will Ospreay.
Well, I am very happy for him. Came to AEW.
And
Move on.
well, he's the next topic.
Oh, sorry.
I was trying to move on.
Will Ospreay got to win. He just beat Kyle Fletcher.
Oh.
Ooh, and you were happy about that?
We met Kyle, did we not?
Not Kyle Fletcher.
Oh.
I thought we did. Kyle O'Reilly.
It was Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh, two different Kyles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Different
sorry.
Kyles.
Got it.
And I'm glad you mentioned that. Let me finish up with Will Ospreay, and then I get to that. Yes, Will Ospreay did go 1-on-1 with Kyle Fletcher at Revolution. He did beat Kishta, Kiri Koshe Kishta at Revolution, and now Will Ospreay goes 1-on-1 with Kyle Fletcher on Dynamite. It was one hell of a good match
Yeah.
between those two men, Ospreay and Fletcher. Wow, that is the best match ever watched.
Wow.
Incredible.
It was good. It was so good.
What about Rio?
That's just amazing. Congratulations for Will Ospreay getting that W in that awesome main event. And yes, you didn't measure Rio. Rio is a badass chick.
Wow.
Small for Chris Dunliner for sure. Rio just beat two superstars.
At the same time? Or 2 weeks in a row?
First, it was Rio beat Ruby Soho. After that, she beat no good Saraya.
No good, Saraya.
And that's awesome. Rio, that's incredible. You just beat Ruby Soho and Saraya.
Badass chick.
That's just amazing. And now, last week, I cannot believe I'm saying this. Rio just beat Chris Dunliner.
Wow. She's
Oh
just
my
rolling
God.
through. Beating everybody.
And get ready for this Dynamite tomorrow night, actually. Big Business, which is going to be biggest event.
Yeah, so speaking of this Wednesday on Dynamite, who's going to be there? Tell the girls.
Well, I don't want to give this away right now.
Tell them. By the time this episode comes out, it's already going to
I
have
will-
happened.
I will tell them. It has to wait for next week.
Nope. Tell them now.
I'm not going to tell them now.
It's
You gotta wait. You gotta wait until it happens. Okay?
It's Mercedes Moné.
I knew it.
Those
Let's talk about AEW Rampage. I know about another badass chick.
I bet you do. And Rio, congratulations. Starliner, big win. Amazing. I can't wait for tomorrow to beat Willow Nightingale. I got Rio.
Okay, tell me about another badass chick from AEW Rampage, Julia Hart.
Still TBS champion.
Hell yeah, she is.
You love her.
Yeah, the romance with Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Still love it.
Oh, there's romance between the two of them?
I think there's romance
Probably.
between Derek and them.
Romeo and Juliet kind of vibe.
Are you Romeo and they're Juliet? Or
No, I was talking about Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Not me.
interesting. I didn't know there was romantic vibes.
Interesting.
Julia Hart is Romeo and Sky Blue is Juliet.
Is there love forbidden like Romeo and Juliet?
That's not gonna set.
Oh,
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
sorry.
Okay, tell me about Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta.
They gonna win.
Were you happy about it?
That-
Doesn't seem like it.
That is amazing.
Oh, okay.
That is amazing.
Your face said no.
You don't know my face is saying, Catherine.
Oh, that's the
Okay,
second
Derek.
Catherine this episode. My goodness. Let's talk about Collision. Somebody is back. Who is it?
This is gonna be very fun. You're going to like. Goes by Nero. His name is Pack.
Pack is back.
Pack is back, baby. Welcome back, Pack. That rhymed actually.
Were you happy about this?
Yeah, it's amazing having him back. So
Tell me about Nick Wayne.
Nick Wade, you know, things I say with Nick Wade is accurate. It's still true.
Yeah.
But Nick Wade gotta win. No help. No help by no good Christian Cage or Kill Switch Luchasaurus, whatever that lizard guy's name.
Damn.
Kill Switch Luchasaurus, whatever that lizard's guy's name.
I thought
You're
you said whoever
funny.
that loser guy's name.
No, he's a
Lizard.
I was
lizard.
like, damn, Derek.
Lizard.
Because he wears that mask.
Right. Now I'm following.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's
And without his no good mom.
honestly, it's kind of
Interesting.
impressive that he got a win without any help.
No good
know.
family, are they?
He gets a lot of help.
For record, Nick, my mom is not no good mom. Yours, I have no love for your mom. She is brainwashed by Christian. You know better than this. You are getting abused, getting what's that word?
Manipulated.
Nibulated and getting used by Christian Cage. So our you to drop that bitch.
Oh wow.
All right, Mariah May.
Mariah May looking good, baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, got the win.
Not only she got a win, she's wearing all that getup.
Oh, you liked
like-
her gear?
Different type of gear.
Oh,
She's wearing timeless. Wearing like the very getup.
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Tony Storm gear with the sunglasses, the hat, the jacket.
She was looking good.
Was she black and white too?
That's timeless Tony Storm.
Well, you said she had timeless Tony Storm get up.
Not
Same, but different.
other get up for timeless Tony Storm, but for Mariah May
All right, what about House of Black?
looking good, my girl. The house always wins. I think the house did win.
That's what they say in Vegas too.
You
the house
look-
always wins.
You look happy about the house winning.
Exactly. House of Black getting that win, baby.
Love that. All right, moving on to NXT. It was NXT Roadblock.
Roadblock.
And Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker were at it again.
Yep. Still NXT Tag Team Champions.
Boom.
I'm glad that you're back on Team Baron Corbin because I think he's a good guy.
Here.
I think he gets a bad rap, but I think he's a good guy.
I bet he does. After that short win over Chase U, after the match was over,
And he's a Chiefs fan. I bet
Gotta
he'd like
love
your
that.
shirt.
Chris Jones, Sack Nation.
ripping your shirt, Baron. Anyway, after the match was over when Baron and Braun retain those tag titles. Also, this might shock you right now. Shacey Jane put up the loser sign for Chase U, and somehow Teen Hell doesn't like that sign. Teen Hell actually stormed off. she was pissed, and after that, getting into the fight with kind of James and Izzy Dane after that.
Interesting. Tell me about Fallon Henley.
Fine Haley, she got to win over Blair Davenport
How did she get the win?
by the return of Soroka
She had some help, didn't she?
by the help. Soroka returning to beat Blair Davenport.
And you were excited to see Sol Ruka return?
Let's see. Am I happy about that? Let me think. One, Fallon Henley getting the win over Blair Davenport. That was awesome. And number two, Soroka returned. Happy Fallon. That is awesome.
Cool. I'm happy for you. Tell me.
And Blair Davenport, I still want to see you become the new EST, but you're gonna spell EST with a little bitch into it.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
He's not a
okay.
Blair fan. He never has anything nice to say about her.
Interesting. All right. What about Tony D'Angelo?
But she did earn my respect. Anyway, moving on to Tony D'Angelo. Number one contender, baby. Number one contender. He beat no good Carmelo Hayes. And now he's a number one contender.
We don't like Carmelo anymore. He turned on who?
Trick Williams.
That's right. Trick.
Speaking of
speaking of
Trick
that-
Williams.
Hey, respect. Boop, da, trick. Boop, da, trick. Boop, da, trick.
He's dancing in his
Trick
chair.
Williams is back, baby.
Yeah, hey, we're throwing hands on Carmelo Hayes.
Ha.
Carmen's a bitch.
Karma can be a bitch. Yes, she can.
Oh my. Oh my. All right. Well, let's talk about SmackDown. Karrion Kross.
Karen Cross gonna win over Bobby Lashley.
Those are two
Ooh.
very large humans.
very large men.
Cross, I agree. And plus, Karen Cross is super nice to me in a way.
He was super nice. He was very nice.
Very nice. What do you think is going to happen with AJ Styles?
There's very good segment for AJ.
Segment?
Segment
Yeah.
for AJ. He did mention to about LA Knight and reminiscent about everything else. Looks like he's gonna turn heel.
Hot take.
You've been thinking that for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I know this segment with AJ Styles. Like, whoa, what are we sitting here right now?
Are you okay with the heel turn from AJ Styles?
First of all, he doesn't like LA Knight. Secondly, he got AJ slapped Carter Anderson in the face.
Ooh.
And let's not forget losing to Roman in that fatal four-way at the Royal Rumble. So from that, AJ is gonna turn heel.
He's got nowhere else to go.
No else to go, but turn heel.
So
I told you on this. AJ Styles will join the Bloodline.
you did say that. So I like the sound of this. I know you're still really upset about what happened with Bayley, but I like this note you gave me here. You said that you think our girl Naomi is gonna help Bayley. Now, what makes you think that?
Well,
Because Naomi has good taste.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, She got the glow.
not just that, Mom.
Okay.
What else?
Naomi did heard what Bailey said during the interview. Naomi is so sweet. I am so glad one of my good friends is going to help Bailey, and that's super awesome. Naomi feel bad what happened to Bailey, and that's super nice. Naomi, you're so sweet. And this week on SmackDown, when Bailey beats Dakota Kai and getting attacked, please come out and help her.
So Bailey and Dakota are fighting this week.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm Team Bailey for sure.
Of course you are.
We knew that.
We're
So
all
are the
team
rest of
Bailey.
us.
We're all team Bailey,
Yeah.
Derek.
So,
Yeah, Dakota Kai is dead to me.
Yep.
Let's burn her action figure.
We're gonna send that bitch back to Santa Claus, aren't we?
we'll see about that.
We're gonna put her in the fire pit outside.
No, we can't melt her. She's cute.
She'd stink. She's plastic.
Anyway,
Oh,
And,
come on. What else happened on SmackDown? I watched part of it.
And Naomi got approached by Bianca Belair, and Bianca is not nice to Bailey.
well, Bianca and Bailey's they've always been beefing. They haven't been on the same page for a while.
Well, no offense, I am this close to make sure Bianca Belair turning heel this year, and it looks like she wasn't nice to Bailey.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
So Bianca, don't you dare say that again.
All right.
Bailey could go through enough, and I don't need your attitude. Needs it.
All right. Let's
right.
talk
So
about.
thank you to you, Naomi. Really hoping come out there and helping Bailey and Bianca. You know better than that. You don't want to make your own bet.
All right. Let's talk about the drama on the mic at SmackDown. I know you watched this part.
I
Mom.
did. I was like, Derek, you need to holler at me when Roman and Cody are on. I gotta watch.
So there was a lot of name calling going on. We got Seth calling The Rock Mr. Midlife Crisis.
Oh, that was
We
so
had-
funny. Oh my
That was
god.
funny. Don't forget diarrhea.
They were chanting diarrhea.
Yeah.
Roman.
Who were they
called-
chanting diarrhea at?
The Rock.
The
'cause he
Rock.
wouldn't
The
shut
Rock.
up. Like diarrhea at the mouth. Like he just.
And then
he just
Roman
shut up.
called Seth a cross dresser.
There was a lot going on.
Oh, wow.
There was a lot of names being called. But the big thing that really came from this that I think they said yes to was that Seth accepted the challenge for Seth and Cody to be in a tag team match versus Cody and The Rock. Or I'm sorry,
on
blah,
night
blah, blah, blah,
one.
blah.
No.
Seth and Cody
Seth
versus
accepted
Roman and The Rock.
Yes, Seth accepted the challenge for night one at WrestleMania. Seth Cody versus Roman and The Rock. And if and when Seth and Cody win on the first night of WrestleMania, the second night, night 2 of WrestleMania, it's Roman versus Cody. No bloodline interference.
But they got to win night one.
They got to win night 1. Otherwise, it's
bloodline rules. Which means they can cheat.
They do cheat.
They always cheat.
They'll cheat anyway.
They probably will.
Speaking of that,
It was, I'll tell you one thing I couldn't believe. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, come on, let me know when it's on. And then at the very end, Rock tells Cody that he was a mistake because he's 20 years younger than his brother and sister. Cody slaps The Rock in the face, which is, tit for tat, right? He owed him one. And then Derek just shuts the damn TV off. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, it's over. I'm like, how do you know? Turn it back on. He was right. It was over.
yeah.
He does that. As soon as it's over, it is off. It is over and the TV is off.
I do that every night.
How did you know that was the moment it was over? They're like, there was no closing credits or anything. He just, boom, TV's off. I'm like, ah!
It's a Derek's intuition.
I guess so.
Probably.
So what do you have to say about this nonsense?
Crazy for sure. But what you guys got in that tag team match?
Well,
Oh,
Seven Cody or
absolutely.
Roman and The Rock?
No.
I'm 100% cheering for Seth and Cody. Do I think that they're going to beat The Rock and Roman?
I'm going to pull a
Probably
Derek.
not.
I'm going to pull a Derek. I've got Seth and Cody, but my money's on The Rock and Roman.
Yeah,
Exactly.
what she said.
That's probably how it's going to
My
go down.
pick is most certainly with our good friend Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I got Cody and Seth. No offense to Roman, I do love the guy. I do ownership, but I am not choosing him.
Okay, but who's your
with The
money on?
Rock.
who's your money on?
I got Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
Money
All
and
right.
your pick?
Double whammy?
Whole
Double
shit.
whammy.
Monday Night Raw, Becky Lynch. Who'd she beat? Ugh, I already know the answer.
I bet you do. She beat Liv Morgan.
I know.
Bummer.
We love Liv.
I bet Liv put up a good fight, though.
She had.
All right, so what happened with Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell?
Well, first of all, Candice LeRae wasn't nice to Maxine.
She was actually not just not nice. She was brutally mean.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I have the quote.
Me. Before we get to that quote, Candice LeRae and Anthony Hartwell did beat Maxine Dupree and Avenel. And during the match, she's being very mean to Maxine.
She
And
said,
here's the quote. Go ahead.
She said, "You know why everyone boos you? You don't belong here. You think the internet hates you? You should hear what the girls say in the locker room. It's a good thing your dead brother isn't here to see what an embarrassment you've become."
Damn.
Wow. Rude. How rude.
Her brother died in a car accident in 2017.
That's just
I don't like that.
No.
That is, I'm all for the smack talk. That takes it too far for me, I think.
I agree.
I do
What
not
the
like that.
hell, Candice?
That's
Yeah.
I
pretty
didn't.
messed up.
I was
I don't like Candace.
not impressed by that at all.
Candice, someone have to put her in place.
Tell me about something I think I will be excited about. What did Jey Uso do?
Well, there's some really awesome, actually. I did heard it back last night. Jey Uso challenged Jimmy Uso at WrestleMania.
Yeah. No way.
We got Yeet versus No Hate.
I
Incredible.
cannot
I'm
wait
team-
for that.
I'm TB.
Oh, we know.
Oh, we're
That
all Team Yeet.
entrance is going to be unbelievable.
That's sick.
Oh, I hope we're there to see it.
Well, you better talk to this brand. I'm going to mention it right now. On SmackDown, Logan Paul did make the biggest announcement before the other thing. His drink, Prime Energy Drink, sponsors WrestleMania.
That's pretty cool. I heard
And
that
now,
this is one of the biggest sponsorships WWE has ever signed with Prime Energy. So that's pretty cool. Tell me about
Yeah.
Sami Zayn.
so, before we get to Logan Paul thing, let's go ahead and talk about Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn have a credible fight. It was a gauntlet match. We got Brock Reed, Shinsuke Nakamura, Shady Big Dan. Every single superstar was in a gauntlet match. It was good. It was goes on and on and on. The other person got eliminated. After the next person, then the next person after that. Now it's down to Sami Zayn and just get Nakamura. Sami Zayn eliminated Shinsuke Nakamura. After that, it was Sami Zayn taking on Shaq Gable. And now Sami Zayn not only beat the rest of them, also Shaq Gable.
Pinned him. 1, 2, 3. I saw it.
You saw it last night, actually.
I don't love that he pinned Chad Gable, but I do love that Sami Zayn won.
But I am so excited for Sami Zayn. That is super awesome. Congratulations for that way. You are the Mr. Gauntlet.
All right, we got a few things we got to run through really, really, really fast to wrap this up. Our boy Dominic Mysterio is a married man.
Oh,
Woohoo!
congratulations, Dominic.
Well,
Their
that
photos
is
were
so
beautiful.
Stunning.
Their photos were beautiful. Also, his wedding attendees booed him.
That's hilarious.
It was a joke, Mom. But they did do it.
He was laughing.
He was laughing, and it didn't last long. They eventually let him say his thank yous and talk on the mic, but they did boo him.
They
Oh,
weren't
that-
quite as persistent as the
where did you
WWE
see that?
fans. It was on.
It was on
the
all over
internet.
Instagram.
Oh, you'll have to show me.
I'll show you.
And TikTok.
And shout out to Marie. She looked absolutely stunning, beautiful, gorgeous. It was just lovely. I was beaming ear to ear looking at all their videos and
That
pictures.
is awesome.
So, 2 more quick things. Derek, you have a triple threat match that you have lined up here for WrestleMania. Let's hear it. Who do you think it's going to be?
Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre versus Derek Baker for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, Ella Pierce, make that match happen.
Make it happen.
Make it happen, Adam.
Adam, you heard it here first. You know where to find us. Okay, last thing, big news. Logan Paul dropped it on his Impulsive podcast. What is it, Derek? Tell me the big news.
The big news is it was very big. SummerSlam is going to Cleveland, Ohio.
Wow.
Jacob texted me today, all caps. SummerSlam is in Cleveland.
I bet
Is that where he lives?
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, awesome.
Jacob.
Mm.
Can't
That's
wait to see you.
amazing.
Hope we get to see you. Super cool.
That is super cool. This is the best part about that announcement that Logan Paul made. One, congrats to him that the WWE let him announce that on his podcast. How cool. He's from that area. So that was like super special for
Yeah.
him. But he also said he wants his brother Jake Paul there. He wants MGK there and the Kelsey brothers.
Oh, I love that.
You mean he
Kelsey
didn't name
Flowers.
Derek Baker?
Yeah, for some reason he forgot us. But in his defense, all of those people are from Ohio. So that is why he was spewing those specific people. He also said that he's going to have a match and he hopes it's huge and he hopes his opponent is going to be LeBron James because he too is from Ohio.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of hopes and dreams.
Yeah, that is all we have time for today. Thank
Big
you guys
segment.
so much for being here. Check us out next week with our girl Maxine Dupree. Find us on Cameo. Find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the places. Snapchat, Baker, Banter.
Don't
And
forget to share this podcast too.
like, subscribe, share, all the things. Please tell your friends, especially you wrestling fans. If you're still here, we know you're a wrestling fan. So you should probably tell your other friends who like wrestling that they should listen to Baker's Bantering because you know we got a lot to say and we talk a lot of wrestling. And next week we have our girl Maxine Dupree. So thank you for being here and we will talk to you guys soon.
Peace.
Peace.